How's it going, everybody? Justin here with the Pit Lane. As you can see, I got the Project 325 up on the jack stands for a little bit of maintenance, and that's because my autocross weekend started off with a little bit of drama this past Saturday. I was out racing with the BMW Club for the weekend, and during my first run of the morning, the radiator actually sprung a leak and was spewing coolant and water all over my brakes and the tires, and as you can imagine, made the car pretty uncontrollable. And not only that, it was a hazard to the drivers behind me, which made me feel pretty bad, but it's one of those things that was out of my control. We all know these cooling systems on these old BMWs are kind of ticking time bombs unless you're replacing the parts on a very regular basis. So the fellow club members reached out, tried to help me out and get the car back up and running, even offered to make some phone calls to local shops to see if they could find a new radiator for me, but it just wasn't meant to be. The end cap where the hose connects to the radiator, the plastic part had actually sheared off, broken almost completely away, so it wasn't going to be repaired without replacing the entire radiator and probably a couple other parts as well. Fortunately, another friend of mine at the event had another E36 BMW that was built out pretty similar to mine, a little less upgraded, but more or less the same car. So I was able to co-drive with him for the afternoon, and we actually were able to make a tire test out of it. He has the new BFG Rival S's on his car with the same exact rims that I have on my car, and I have, of course, the Bridgestone RE71R tires on my car. So what we did was we ran the Rival S's in the morning to see how they felt and recorded the times, and then we were able to switch them out for the afternoon session and run 4 runs on the RE71Rs. Alright, so here I am at the line in my own car. This is the leaky coolant run as I'm getting ready to get underway here. Not a whole lot of excitement in this first turn. The coolant must have been leaking early on because, as you'll notice when I get through the end of the sweeper here, I have to correct big time as the rear end steps way out right there. I gotta come back and get straightened up for the slalom section, and the car was doing okay through there, it felt like, even through this right-handed sweeper here as we're going through. Now once we get through this turn, we have a couple left and right switchbacks. We're going to hit a real fast slalom on the backside of the course, and this is about where it gets real bad for me as I cut left and right and try to go left again, but the car just pretty much went straight. I couldn't even get over to that cone. I gave up and DNF'd the run, so a little bit of loose rear end right there coming through this large right-handed sweeper. At this point I knew something was wrong with the car. My brakes were feeling weird. Of course, I was losing grip all over the place, and as you'll see as I come through the stop box here, I'm kind of stabbing the brakes a few times, trying to get a feel for them, not knowing what's going on just yet. As I pull through the little tunnel here, I start looking up the front of the hood, and I'm seeing the white smoke coming from the front of the radiator coming out of the hood. So at this point I know I got some kind of coolant leak, and slowly get it back into the paddock and get ready to check it out. So after checking the car out, as I stated in the intro, it wasn't worth the time to try to fix it. We couldn't find the parts and just didn't have the time to get it done. So here I am now driving in my friend Andy's E36 BMW, again very similarly spec'd to my car. This is my first run of the actual afternoon session, so this is on the Bridgestone RE71R tires. We had run morning runs on the BFG Rival S tires. So we're going to talk about the tires just real quick here and kind of the feel and how I like the tires in comparison to each other. Now the Rival S's, to me, it's a really vague tire. It seems to have decent grip, but there's not a lot of feedback when you're at the edge. They don't make any audible noise, at least not much at all. And the feedback, I don't know how to explain it other than it's just really vague and doesn't translate to much in your hands and in the feel of the chassis. Just, I don't know, not a good feel. And I kind of echoed that same sentiment when I was driving the Rivals on the Mazda RX-8 last year. Just a weird feeling tire. Now, the Bridgestone RE71R, in comparison to me, has a whole bunch of feedback, even a little bit of audible noise when you get to the edge of the grip. It's easy to tell when it's slipping whereas to me the Rival S, you don't get that kind of slick feedback from it. But I like the way the RE71R feels a lot. It feels a lot like the RS3s, the RS3 V2s that I've had on other cars. And Andy, the car owner, had the same opinion. He felt like the RE71Rs felt a whole lot better than the Rival S's that he had on his car. Okay, so talk is talk. Now, what did the numbers actually show for the cars? So again, we ran the Rival S's in the morning. I had 3 runs on the Rival S's because my own car broke in the first run. Andy had 4, of course. My best time for the morning on the Rival S was a 53.375. Now compare that to the afternoon session. Again, it's the same course. Obviously, I have a few runs under my belt at that point. But my RE71R time for the afternoon was 52.525. So 0.8 faster, a little over 0.8 faster, just on the tire switch, or at least seemingly on the tire switch. Now the car owner, Andy, he did a best of 54.8 on the Rival S in the morning, and on the RE71R in the afternoon, he did a best of 53.5. So he went over a second quicker on the RE71Rs, almost a second and a half quicker, 1.3 seconds to be exact, right? So the numbers kind of agreed with our opinions and our feel on the car as well. So there you have it for this BMW CCA event number 4. This one was out here in Colorado Springs, Pikes Peak International Raceway. Turned out to be a fun day overall. We were able to make the best of it with the tire test, so I thought that was pretty cool and pretty fun. And despite the break on my own car, I had a good day. So gonna get my car back on the road here soon. We'll have some more autocross videos coming up for you. Stay tuned, y'all, and thanks again for watching.